Good evening. Tonight, the Hollydudes present to you our review of a film of most significant intrigue. A film so Phoenician in its scheme, so Andersonian in its direction, that one can know without a doubt, and without the great and ponderous weight of uncertainty, that a film of this magnanimity could only be critiqued so truthfully and without presumption by myself, your most humble host and narrator. Now join me as we journey into a world of deception, negotiation, enterprise, and entomology, as we review The Phoenician Scheme. Directed by Wes Anderson, this latest installment in the Anderson oeuvre follows the tale of 1950s industrialist and global entrepreneur of questionable ethics, Zsa-Zsa Korda, played here by the outstanding Benicio Del Toro. Upon surviving his most recent in a string of assassination attempts, a vision of heaven's gates and a reckoning of his misdeeds lead Korda to calling upon his estranged daughter and chosen heir Liesl, played by Mia Threaplton. Liesl, for her part, has chosen a life within the church, far away from the father she believes may have murdered her own mother. Our familial convention is joined by the most peculiar Bjorn, played by Michael Cera, an entomologist at first hired to provide lessons on insects, who Korda enlists as his administrative assistant, and whose true intentions lie both within as well as outside of the Korda Accord. It is at this moment our plucky trio set out to fund a grand plan to reinvent and overhaul the civil infrastructure of Phoenicia, in a plot that relies on risky capital investment and the exploitation of slave labor. This scheme puts our protagonists in direct opposition to the world's most powerful influences, both governmental and revolutionary, and Korda must use all of his wits and charisma to bring their great machinations to fruition, all while repairing a fractious familial fellowship. Will Korda survive this latest endeavor? Will Liesl ever reconcile the loss of her mother and her relationship with her deeply flawed father? These are not the questions the Hollydudes seek to answer for you tonight. No, our role here is to bring you our determination into the consumer value of this picture, to filter its artistic essences into a simple and perfunctory recommendation. And that brings the question, dear viewer. Is The Phoenician Scheme the film you should patronize your local viewing establishment to witness this week? The answer, dear viewer, is... Hold on. Poisoned, as I suspected. Or was I? Yes. The answer, dear viewer, is no. No, you should not. While the prospect of a new Wes Anderson project filled your most humble narrator with a most delightful exhilaration, what we have been left with here is an overly long, dull, and convoluted experience that leaves you as empty and unsatisfied as the soul of our most misanthropic protagonist. Despite many delightful cameos and a particularly fun performance from Michael Cera, most of this film's best characters feel severely underutilized. If you are an avid fan of the Wes Anderson cinematic universe, this may feel like 2 hours fairly spent. However, we here at the Hollydudes Network would not recommend this feature to our general audiences. And that brings us to the conclusion of tonight's presentation of Just the Tip. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the Hollydudes YouTube channel. And that's all for tonight. Now, please, help yourself to a hand grenade on the way out.